All right, Elle, so great to connect. Thank you so much for spending some time with us, and it's been great to get to know about you through some mutual friends. Tell us a bit about yourself and Fold Up.
Yeah, so we launched Fold Up about 12 months ago. My mission for Fold Up was to make movement more accessible to everyone, whatever that looks like. And I think, we have a variety of different customers that like moving in different ways. And the product, like the initial product we created was the movement mat, which is a foldable exercise mat. It's not just for yoga. We use mats for a variety of things, but we wanted to make it really accessible, really comfortable, eliminating, or not eliminating, but sort of reducing the barriers to getting active and staying active. And I'm a yoga and Pilates teacher myself, so I, know the benefits of movement. I love all different kinds of movement, and I wanted to really share that message, I guess, about the importance of movement and whatever feels good for you. So that was sort of how we got started, and it's doing really well so far. We're seeing our mats in a variety of different hands, and lots of people are sharing the way that they love to move. And one of our hashtags is like find your fold. So obviously related to the foldable cool. mat, but finding what works for you. So that's really important. To
I love that. And I love that you've just shared your celebrating your first birthday as a company, which is amazing. Congrats.
Thank you. Super exciting.
Yeah.
We made it.
What yes. Yeah. Like it's onwards and upwards. You get to one, you're fine.
Exactly.
Yeah. What did you, as you were talking about, like some of the obstacles that were getting in the way of people's movement, what did you notice both in terms of physical obstacles, but also maybe mindset, mental obstacles, and how is the mat, but also the community and the brand of Fold Up really helping mitigate both of those?
Yeah. So I guess for the product, we spend a lot of our days sitting down, which is not good for our bodies. And as a result, we're sore. Our backs are sore, our knees are sore, our joints are sore. So the mat was designed to sort of help give you that extra cushioning and support for your body. So, I guess if you have a negative experience with movement, like you're less likely to do it more frequently. And I'm not saying our mat is completely solving that problem, but just knowing that when you unfold your mat, you can feel a little more comfortable. Even if that mat's helping like 2%, then we feel like we're helping with that. And I guess just, sharing the message of movement, really. It's, yes, we have products, but we're also building a community of empowering people. We've got most of our clients are women. It's not necessarily just a female brand, but we find that that's sort of where our customers are, and just empowering them to move and feel good. And that's their way of being. So
I love that.
Yeah,
I love it. I think that idea of you mentioned the 2%. We're big believers in putting one foot in front of the other, and one of the other legends in our community, Roshan, whose interview is going to drop throughout the month of October, talked about that exact thing. He's been training for desert marathons, the ultra marathon, 250 kilometers, and his advice was just put one foot in front of the other and you'll get there. And I love that idea of the 1% and 2% gains aggregate over time. You also talked about sorry.
No, I was just going to say, this morning I actually joined a run club, and I run a little bit on my own, but obviously when you do it with a group of people that they're new people, so meeting people, but you're also doing this thing together that feels really good. And it's so cool to see like what you can achieve. And, I push myself further than I normally would in that sort of group community mentality, which is really beautiful.
I love that. Well, who's the run club with?
It's in Manly. So it's called Femi Co. It's like a female run club, but they're all over like New Zealand, Australia. And I moved up here at the beginning of the year. So I've sort of been finding some friends, finding new little groups. But that was awesome. Definitely go every week now.
So good. You mentioned too the idea of like the importance of feeling good as you're moving, and as you know, we're just about to get into our big campaign month for Watch Your Kilimanjaro, where we kind of move with purpose, and the idea of challenging ourselves throughout the month to ease the challenges of the women in our project. And a big part of the campaign for us is not just helping our participants benefiting women in our project, but also the benefits that come to our community through moving in October. So maybe from your experience, like it's kind of so cliche, moving is so important to our well-being, but what are some of the things that you notice most in terms of the benefits of moving, in terms of people's well-being, and maybe some of the hidden benefits that people may not, or not, maybe the not so obvious ones that people mightn't expect?
Yeah, and I guess this is like different to everyone, really. But I mean, for me, it's like my mental health, it helps so much. I was sick last week and I couldn't exercise for a few days, and I felt it. Like, I felt super low and flat. And yeah, that for me, it's like a daily necessity to sort of change my mood, get me feeling good, even if it's just, you know, a 20-minute walk. But everyone's got their own reasons for doing it. I find having some sort of challenge, like what your organization is doing, the fundraiser, is so powerful because it helps you show up as well. So if you are someone that struggles to stick to a daily routine or a schedule, like having that purpose and such an incredible cause really helps with that. So for me, I often plan my workouts at the beginning of the week, and I know that sounds a bit funny, but I like to know what I'm doing on different days, and it keeps me motivated and excited. And yeah, I guess so not every day looks the same, and some days will be just a walk, some days will be Pilates, but keeping myself accountable, I think that's super important. That's what works for me, for sure.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I found the same this morning. I just, got up and I knew I had a big day of work. I'm like, so tempting to just dive straight into it and go, no, actually, I'm going to be more productive and actually happier and more joyful if I've moved first. And you know, on the way back down from the walk, it was 100%. And I think what you said too about finding a community to do it with. People ask us all the time with this campaign, why October? Why not just any time of year? And we've said people actually benefit from doing something together, even if it's not physically with someone, but doing a campaign and a challenge with a whole community of people who are getting involved. There's something about that kind of doing it together that feels good.
I mean, I watched the video you sent through and I signed up straight away. I was like, this is amazing. Going to rally a little crew together. It's amazing.
I love it. What's your challenge going to be for Watch Kilimanjaro?
I am going to try and run 220 kilometers in October, which is a huge challenge, and I may not meet it, but I think big.
Good on you. That's amazing. 220k.
We'll see.
Yeah. Well, that's inspiring.
Just got back into my running journey, so maybe I'm being a bit overambitious, but we'll see.
Well, what do they say? Aim for the sky, hit the ceiling.
Exactly.
Yeah, totally. And then just on that, as you've kind of engaged with Forever Projects and our campaign, as a woman in business yourself, what is it, and the idea of obviously moving with purpose that we're doing together, what is it about the campaign and the mission of Forever Projects that you felt compelled by to sign up?
Yeah, I think as a woman in business, like, I know how challenging it's been. It has been an absolute roller coaster since I launched, in the best and worst way. So seeing, women in Tanzania sort of working towards this opportunity of starting their own business and being financially independent to support their families, like, I 100% want to get involved with that. Not only do I resonate with the challenges of business, but they have a bunch of challenges that we don't have. So if I can help in any way to sort of support them and uplift them, and I just think it's an incredible cause. So
awesome. Well, we're so grateful for you and for your, for the work that you do to help people move, and to have that that access to movement is so important. And the guiding, kind of not just the product itself, but I think the guidance from your thought leadership and from the community. And we're so grateful to have you on board with the campaign as well. Maybe just the last question will be, anyone who's watching this maybe on the fence as to whether they might consider signing up, both in terms of the mission of Forever Projects, but also having that catalyst, as you said, a challenge to kind of get them out the door and moving, and the benefits of that. Any advice you give them?
I think it would just be find, a little group of people that you can hold accountable. You can hold each other accountable, and it doesn't need to be the challenge that I set for myself that I probably won't hit. It can be really small, and maybe this is sort of your kickstart to get back into movement. And my advice always, if I'm having a day where I don't feel like moving, I remind myself of the feeling I get after I exercise, and it's always, you never regret any sort of movement. So finding a group, keeping yourself accountable, and then just that feeling, hold on to that feeling you get post exercise, all those endorphins.
I love it. Great advice. Well, we're so grateful to have connected and for your partner campaign, and and really wish you all the best, and look forward to staying connected with both of our organisations. Thanks, Elle.
Amazing. Thanks so much, Mark. Nice to chat.
Cheers.